Hello, hello. Welcome, investors, to another weekly Sunday night stock talk, where I show you how to become a better investor and trader. So it all starts right now. All that I ask is that you smash that like button if you find value in what you watch and see, and subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching. Now, guys, let me spread my link around real quick. It's kind of normal for me to have to do at the beginning of all these videos here, simply for the fact that I am a one-man show. So give me just a second. Now, don't let me lose your attention here. We're going to go over 3 focuses that I look for before entering a trade. We're going to go over multiple stock setups for this week. I believe I have around 20 trade setups for you to pick from this week. And not only that, guys, it is Sunday, June 23rd, and this is going to set you guys up for the week starting June 24. Now, we're going to go over direction, patterns, key levels like support and resistance, and the opportunity cost for all of these trades, and what exactly I'm looking for before I enter these trades. All right. Give me 1 second to spread my links around, and then I will start sharing my screen, and we will get into it. Give me 1 second here. Gonna make the announcement now to all of our groups. We have over 100,000 members now combined through all social media groups. We're on Discord, Instagram, Facebook. We have a Facebook community of over 71,000 members currently. All like-minded individuals such as yourself, all wanting to learn how to beat the stock market. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so one more. Let's send out this to our group. Wait for a couple more people to join, and we will get started. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Guys, before I lose you here, okay, before I lose you, don't go anywhere. We had a successful trade, a couple of successful trades last week. If you joined our Sunday night stock talk last week, you will know that we called out waste management. Now, waste management was showing signs of consolidation at the support level of 199, and in exactly 1 week, it went up 5%, touching our previous resistance levels. Now, this is just an example of what we do every single week on the Sunday night stock talk. We go over companies that are overbought, and then we talk about them. That way you guys can be familiar with what to look out for. There's a lot of companies out there. There's a lot of stocks. There's probably 100,000 stocks right now, or over tens of thousands of companies that you can trade. And sometimes you can get lost in what exactly to trade. You know, we don't really like to trade hype stocks. Now, I did participate in the GameStop bull rally recently, making over $250 in about an hour. Yes, that is right. You did hear me correctly. Made over $250 in an hour. 1 hour trading before the market even opened that day. And I do have full recap videos on all of those. I also trade live every single morning at market open, Monday through Friday. So definitely consider subscribing and following us along our journey to become better investors. So guys, let's get started. I've already in this live stream a few minutes here. Links are shared. And so we're going to go over the 3 focuses before any of these trades, what to look for, looking for signs of clear direction of upward momentum, patterns, because they tend to repeat themselves, and opportunity cost. I don't want to get into a trade that's going to give me 1% on the day. I'm looking for trades that get me 5 to 10% a day, or potentially at least 10% for the week. That is our goal here on this channel, to make 10% a week or 40% a month in profit to grow your account. So Apple is one of those companies that is sold off quite a bit. It is overextended on the bears side, right? So if it can rally from this 207 mark past that 45-day moving average and get back up to 220 highs, you can see about a 6% profit. Now this could happen, you know, literally, quite literally in a single day, or it can take multiple days. But as you can see in the past, when it touched this EMA line, it shot up nearly 15% on a single overnight trade. So that would be just incredible here if it happened again. So that's a 6% to watch out for here on Apple. We're going to go ahead and set our alerts above 209. If it breaks above 209, then we will consider investing some money into Apple. Now, Bitcoin is selling off. As you can see here, we've been trailing Bitcoin for quite some time. And why is Bitcoin important? And why is it on a stock trade list? Well, Bitcoin correlates very nicely with Mara, or vice versa. Mara correlates with Bitcoin very nicely. And as you can see, it had a nice pull up. Now, on the 1 hour, you can see it's showing signs of downward trend, right? It's showing signs of clear indication that it's selling off. Now, this may rally on Monday, or it may continue selling off. That is the great part about investing. We just do not know. So we're going to jump over to Mara real quick. As you can see here, Mara has been playing really nicely along with an upward trend line. And recently, now that Bitcoin has been selling off, Mara's kind of been trading sideways. Okay, now we have had multiple trades. As you can see here, it's just completely saturated with a ton of trades. And as these trades go through, you will see that we have been able to lock in some money. Now, it is on the overbought side, obviously. That means that it is sold more than it is being bought. And we are waiting for clear signs of confirmation to potentially get around a 10 to 11% profit on Mara. Okay, so moving on, we have DE, Deer Co. Now we have 20 companies. We're going to go over each and every one of them. We're not going to spend too much time on them. And if you guys do see value in this, smash the like button and don't be afraid to shout out a company that you may be interested in. If it's not on the list, let me know and we can go over that company together. I'll share my thoughts on that, and yeah, we'll go from there. So DE did have a nice rally here as it pushed up from these previous support levels of 363 to highs of looks like 385 for about a 5% profit in about 8 days. Now it has pulled back slightly, indicating that this may be an opportunity to buy again for a nice 3% profit. Now it could also pull back a little bit more back to that 363 area. Now JDST, this is another company we've been watching for the last couple of days. It had a nice pull up, about 5%. Now it doesn't look like a lot, but 5% is very nice, especially if it happened all in a single day. 6% profit in 1 day, guys, okay? Now we aim for 10% a week with my trading strategy and growing my account. So 6% in a single day is very significant. Now it's starting to pull back slightly. We will see what happens as resistance levels turn into new support levels, as you can see here. So we're going to wait and see what happens. This may pull up slightly more. Doesn't mean it has to, but it could, about 7%. Now JDST is a 2 times ETF of the bears for gold. So when gold does bad, JDST does really well. Now, JNUG pulling back after we identified its support last week on the Sunday night stock talk at around $35, and in 3 days it went up 11%. Now guys, I keep repeating myself, but we aim for 10% a week, so you can meet that weekly 10% goal with any one of these trade setups. Like this one specifically made 11% in 3 days. And if you don't count this day of consolidation, you can see that it went up actually 11% in 2 days, which means you met your weekly goal of 10% and you still have 3 more days to trade and lock in even more profit. Now it has been selling off slightly, which means it could probably pull back up a little bit more for another 5% potential here. Real quick profits as it goes up. Doesn't mean it has to, but it is it is possible that it could. Now, it could also sell off, resulting in a 7% loss. So make sure you set your stop loss at, like, say, that 1% mark at about $38.10, $38 even. So do be aware of that. Now, JNUG is the 2 times ETF of the bull market for gold. So when gold does very well, JNUG does well also. FFIE, they have been selling off. Now, we have traded FFIE in the past. It is selling off. It has reached this 39-cent threshold level, so I'm excited to see what happens, as it has bounced up in this area before, even just going from 38 cents up to where it was previously is a 83% return, guys, which is just insane. That's an 83% return. So if it can possibly bounce Monday morning or at any point this week at, say, 40 cents, then you could see a 30% profit on a very short, small trade. So we do have our alert set. I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and we're going to set it right here. And we're going to go above, if it goes above 41 cents, then it'll show clear signs of direction, and opportunity cost is definitely there, and we will be able to ride that wave up. Hope you all can hear me okay and see me okay. Let me know in the comments if you can. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate your guys' time. I know everyone is busy and time is an asset to everyone, so thank you for joining and spending a part of your Sunday with us. Now, Intel is another one of those companies that has been going up and down through these support levels. As you can see, clear signs of pattern in this support level area. So that is really good for us. And it is a little bit overbought right now, so I probably should take it off of the oversold list, because we're going to want to see this pull back about 3.5% before we invest in it. We want it to get down to these $29 and $30 levels to make about a 3 to 4% profit. So we'll see what happens here. This technically should not be on the oversold list, but recently when it pulled back, it went up as high as 4%. JD is another company we have been watching for quite some time. It has made its debut on our Sunday night stock talks before, and as you can see, it is now hitting that 27.90 support level, resulting in a 4% profit if it can get back up to those resistance levels. Very excited to see how this plays out, as it has played out along with some of our trading setups and trade ideas in the past. Lucid Group is also down. Now, it has broke past the support level, creating a new resistance level here. But with that said, there becomes an opportunity. Now, because it is oversold on this area of support, you can see a 1 to 2% profit by simply correcting itself. And it can go up as high as 5% to previous highs at $2.59. So I'm excited to see what happens with the Lucid Group, or ticker symbol LCID. Now, Mara, again, we already went over Mara. It has potential to bounce up about 11%. So I'm very excited to see what happens with that. This creates a new support level. So we're actually just going to get rid of that. And as you can see, clear signs that this was a heavy support level here at 1857. It did touch this level quite a few times. I'd say 3 times within the last week. And so if it does start showing signs of it going up in an upward direction, we are definitely going to be trading this and locking in some profits. McDonald's is on the list this week. And why is McDonald's on the list? Well, guys, it does show that there was areas of support here. Now, support did go below support slightly. So we're going to bring this down a little bit here, showcasing that it hit support levels on May 29th. And again, recently this week on 6/18 and 6/20. So now it's actually up about 4%, showing signs of an upward direction. This is exactly what we want to see here. You have signs of a clear rejection. There is some areas of consolidation, and now there's clear signs of confirmation. Now, it is a little bit overextended on the RSI, and it is showcasing that it is going up on the MACD, but this has plenty of area to move. If it can get past the green 200-day moving average here, this line, if it can get past it, then we can easily see a you know, anywhere from a 6% return at previous resistance levels here to even 13% profit, getting back up to previous levels where it was trading before. Doesn't mean it has to, but it can. Okay, could also just come right back down and touch this support again. Okay, but it is showing clear signs of upward momentum, showing clear signs of direction in our favor, and the opportunity cost is still there if it goes above these levels. So what we're going to do is set our level just slightly above 262. Let's go 263.40. That's where we're going to set our alert. And if we see that this breaks past 263.40, then we may have a nice bull run for some newer highs. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for spending a part of your Sunday night with us. We've already went over several companies and we have just a few left to go over, so bear with me here. Great opportunities for the market this week. Okay, so NEO has been selling off very nicely. It's starting to show signs of clear consolidation, not making as many lower lows anymore. It's actually starting to kind of flatline here on this new support level of around $4.25. As you can see, it touched 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So if this can maintain its consolidation period and then start showing signs of confirmation, then we can see easily a 10% return from previous support levels, which now become resistance levels. Okay, and it doesn't mean it has to, but it could even potentially go up to that EMA line, the green line there, 200-day moving average of about a 16% return. So I'm very excited to see what happens with this company tomorrow and throughout the week. It can continue to consolidate and trade sideways. It could sell off a little more, but really what we're hoping for is that it even bounces just slightly back up to this red line, which is at $4.70, resulting in about a 10% profit. So very excited to see what happens with NEO this week. Oxy. Now, Occidental Petroleum is going along with our trade plan. Obvious signs of support at $59, $58, and clear signs of resistance right here and here, as you can see, at that $62 level. Now, it did go up slightly above, kind of catching some resistance on that MA line that is going down, and completely selling off once it hit that for about a 3% loss if you trade it at that level. Now, if it does come and bounce off of this blue 45-day moving average, you can easily see a 3% profit on Oxy. Now, if it comes down even lower, hits this support level again, then you can see about a 6% profit when it comes to Oxy. But I do believe this green candle here may kind of play off to where it comes up slightly, about say 2 to 3% profit. NASCAR all out. Let's have a good week. Yes, let's go. Let's go. We're getting some new people into the live stream, not just our normal people, but we're also getting new members every single day and week as we slowly begin to grow over time. Thank you. Welcome. Great job there. Now, Ocugen Inc. or OCGN has been selling off nicely. Now, we have been watching this company for quite some time. This has 80% profit potential. Right now, it has about a 55% profit potential. But if it can come back down to that $1.11, you can easily see this go up 84% in about 30 days. Now, my goal here is to make 10% a week, 40% a month. So this would play perfectly with my goal. Now, it has been selling off, right? And if it continues to sell off, then we'll pick up some shares in that 115, 111 area. As you can see, I already have my alert set. Now, if this does begin to go up, like I said, even from this 133 mark, we can easily see a 55% profit before it hits some heavy resistance lines. Now, if it hits previous resistance around that $1.79, that's still a 35% profit on that trade. All right. So Moving on, Palantir, we have a few left. Now, Palantir, we have been watching. It had a support of $20, right around that area. And then it had some clear resistance at 23 and then made a huge bull rally up to almost $26, which is just incredible, guys. That is a huge resistance level to have and own up to. Now that it's above this resistance level, it becomes a support level. And again, we haven't watched it in a few weeks, but since May 30th, it has gone up 30% in 3 weeks. 30% in 3 weeks. I literally could have put money into this 3 weeks ago and have been able to capture my 10% a week goal every single week as this ran up to that $26 level. Now it's on our oversold watch list. Why? Because it's sold off 11%, and there is potential for this to go up back to where it was, making about 11% profit on that trade. Now it could come back down to $20, so we do have our alert set just above or at $24, and then we have our alert set here. If it goes below, say $23.50, we will be alerted either way on Monday morning, where we go live at market open for you guys to watch me trade, share ideas, and get inside my head on why exactly did I even take a certain trade. Now, TQQ also pulled back, had a nice bull run off of this EMA or off of this MA line, 200-day moving average, on May 31st to where it is previous highs was a 33% profit in 20 days. So again, taking TQQQ, Palantir, and even Waste Management from last week's stock talk, you could have made 90% profit. Okay, 90% profit because each one of these was able to go up 30%. Now, 33% is fantastic. Let's just put all of our money in TQQ and go home, guys. Okay. No, just kidding. But it has a nice little pullback here, and because of this pullback, it may result in some upward momentum. As you can see, clear sign of rejection. Now there is some consolidation, making lower lows and lower highs. It's kind of just baselining and going sideways here for a potential profit of about 5 to 6% just to correct itself and go back up to previous levels. Now, if it does that, you can make 5% profit. And guys, to put that into perspective here, okay, 5% on $1,000 is $50. 5% on $2,000 is $100. 5% on $10,000 is $500. And if you're so lucky to have an account around $25,000, you would make $1,250 on a 5% trade. So it's very important to understand direction, patterns, key levels like support and resistance, and opportunity cost. I'm not going to get in a trade that makes me 1%, because 1%, I don't even want to get out of bed for 1%. 1% is nothing. 1% on 1,000 is $10. I mean, you're not going to do much with $10 at the end of the day. So I look for opportunity cost, and there is some opportunity cost here with TQQQ. NASCAR All Out asks, do you ever trade penny stocks? I ask because there have been 9 stocks priced under $2 to run at least 500% since mid-May. They are still all NASDAQ NYSE listed, but they are just micro pennies. Yes, I do. Actually, right here, FFIE is a penny stock that I have traded, as you can see, in the past, and we are looking at. This can go up easily 32% from 39 cents to 52 cents, and even as high as 88% where it was previously trading at not but a week ago. So that is a very good penny stock. Lucid I could consider a penny stock, not very micro penny, but it is penny nonetheless. JDST is a penny stock at $3.85. And then Ocugen is only $1.33. We just went over that. Rewind this live recording maybe about 5 or 6 minutes, and you'll see I was talking about Ocugen. And rewatch the whole live stream if you're just tuning in. I talk about all these companies in our oversold lot watch list, including Bitcoin. So definitely check it out. Thanks, NASCAR. Great question. And congrats if you traded any of those companies and locked in some profits. That's what it's all about. It's all about sharing ideas, sharing different companies that we can trade, and trying to lock in as much profit as possible. Now, Reddit is a new IPO company. I have been trailing and watching this for quite some time. I even made some money off of it when it IPO'd. As you can see over here, it went up like, I think 80%, 50%, went up 63%. I was able to capture about 40% of that trade, making a couple of $100, and it was very easy to do. Now this has pulled back slightly. As you can see here, it does have some bull runs. Every time it touches this blue EMA line, 45-day moving average, it went up 31%. Bounced back down, it went up another 17%. From this level here, it went up 18%. And when it bounced off of it here, it went up another 18%. So now it's tracking below that EMA line, kind of sitting above this MA line, or the 200-day moving average, for a potential, say 5% profit just to hit that blue EMA line. Now, if it can pass that EMA line, you can easily see it go back up about 21% to previous highs of $69. Doesn't mean it has to, but it is a possibility. So we're going to be watching Reddit play out. Once it shows signs of confirmation, then we will definitely be adding a few shares to this and riding that wave up. SoFi Technologies, as you can see here, clear sign patterns in this area from $6.72 to about $7.34, going up and down, and then clearly starting to sell off. Now it's starting to show signs of a new support around $6.20. Well, not really. I'd say $6.30 is a nice psychological number. As you can see here, it hasn't really broke past it. Even this candle here, it has a nice long tail, but its actual body is right there at $6.30. Now that it's not creating lower lows and lower highs, it's kind of trading sideways. We could potentially see this go up even anywhere from 4% to 7% very quickly, and even get up to this 200-day moving average, resulting in a 10% profit. Now, if it can go up to previous resistance levels of $7.34, you can see a 16% profit on SoFi Technologies. Now, we do have two left, Target, TGT. Now, Target is going along with our trade setup from 6/14, which was at the beginning of the week. Now, this was on our last Sunday night stock talk, showcasing that it was oversold. And ever since then, it has been slowly trailing up. It's actually up 5% since we called it out. Last Sunday, it's up 5%. Now, it can continue to go up and potentially make 12% profit from where our lows were when we called it out. Now that it's trading at 146, there's still potential to make about a 7% profit if it goes along with this trend line. Now, trend lines can be broken. Patterns also don't have to repeat themselves, although it's more likely than not. But as this continues to rise, I will add position to the, or add shares to this position, and it will go up. As soon as it breaks pattern and starts to sell off, then we'll sell for a profit. Last but not least, DJT. As you can see here, it had previous support levels of 22.33, and it is very close to those support levels. It's actually, in fact, in my buy range area where I would feel comfortable buying DJT, because every time it touches down here, it goes up. And as you can see here, it's getting in that buy range area. Now, even just where it's at right now at $27.66, you can easily see a 100% return if this starts showing indication of it going up. Doesn't mean it has to. DJT is probably one of the more riskier stocks out of all of these, along with FFIE, Neo, Lucid, Ocugen, and JDST. Okay, just be all because they're more like penny stocks, and DJT doesn't necessarily have any actual value other than the fact that it gets hyped up quite a bit. Now, why don't I have NVIDIA on here? Well, NVIDIA is another one of those companies that gets hyped up. It is a bit oversold. Now, I think this can sell off a lot more. I will add it to the oversold watch list just because there's clear sign of it being oversold. It did crash that 45-day EMA, and has a potential of making a 12% profit back up to previous highs of $141. Now, if it does so, great, we can make some money here, right? But at the same time, I don't really like to trade hype stocks. Like GME right now is not looking so good. It is trailing above that 200-day moving average, and you may see a small spike if it does, tend to go up a little bit, like 12% to that blue EMA line. Great, right? But this is an overhyped company. Just like with AMC, they're extremely overhyped. They do not have a lot of value, and as you can see, they can be easily manipulated by people buying and selling. Okay, that's like an 8% profit from green line to blue line. All right. So guys, before you go, I do want to showcase to you our website. We are official, the investingforbeginnerscommunity.com. When you sign up with your email, you get a free weekly newsletter, a free budget template to help you with step number 3 to your path to financial freedom. Now, this is a super easy guide. It's 10 steps. Follow it 1 through 10, and I guarantee you, you will start saving money and start living a better life because you can now invest the money you saved to make you even more money. Not only that, guys, you get some information on exactly who I am and how I was able to create a group of over 100,000 members since 2017, lock in some amazing profits, own my dream car, which is a 2019 Dodge Challenger, and you can also check out some other articles and blogs like this criteria checklist golden rule, as well as other trading tools. Now, the trading tools is a great new feature for this website. We have the most useful tools you can use as a beginner investor. We offer the most current earnings releases, current economic calendars, and we even have advanced real-time charts. If you don't already have access to, say, WeBull or TD Ameritrade or something like that. We also showcase 3 stages of reversal, what we talk about in most of our videos and our live streams every morning at market open. We talk about the 3 stages of reversal, which is rejection, consolidation, and confirmation, and how you only want to trade and add money, 3 stages of position size, and add money to that entry level, showing signs of confirmation. That is what we focus on the most, as well as support and resistance lines, how to identify which ones are support, which ones are resistance, and when they change from resistance to support, and our risk reward and win rate chart. Now, guys, those are the things that I look for, right? We look for direction, we look for patterns, and we look for key levels of support and resistance while also identifying opportunity cost. I don't want to get out of bed if I'm going to make 1%. I only want to get out of bed if I can make 5 to 10% per trade. If I can hit 10% every single trade, then we have a better chance of hitting our 10% weekly goal. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this Sunday night stock talk. I know it was it was a little shorter than I normally go. It's 32 minutes, so I guess that's about average. There was a huge watch list. Now, I don't trade all these companies all at once. If I see that some of these out of the 20 companies we talked about starts to show signs of confirmation in an upward direction, it makes sense to me, opportunity cost is there, then I will trade this company or trade the company that I'm looking at. I set my alerts so that way during the week, if an alert gets triggered, I can take a look at it and then enter into that stock with a nice position size and make some money. My key focus is when I do these live streams Monday through Friday morning at market open is for you guys. You can call out stocks, ask me questions, get inside my head of why I buy and sell, and also watch as I make profits or cut my losses when trades go sour. Now, I do have a 80% success rate. I have been trading for quite some time now, and 8 out of every 10 trades are profitable, okay? And they actually play out exactly the way that I want them to. Now, guys, I'm gonna leave you with one more piece of information before I go, and that is my final thoughts, okay? You have to have a good mindset, okay? You have to get a good night's sleep. You can't be partying and drinking all night before you make trades. You got to make sure that you're in the right headspace. Don't trade with money that you are not willing to lose, and always make sure that you do your own due diligence before investing. Never copy somebody's trades. I myself never hype up stocks so that way you invest in it. I'll never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, and I will never convince you to buy something or sell something just because of my own benefit. That's not what I'm here to do. If you guys are looking for stock alerts, I'm sorry, I don't do stock alerts. I do have communities like the Discord server, second link below, which I showcase my trade ideas and different things throughout the week to help you guys become more successful traders and end the year on a green note. NASCAR, do you trade off mornings PRs? I guess my thought is focus on stocks that have the potential to 5x, 10x and get them in early. Yeah, so I mean, I trade within the first 30 minutes of the market to an hour. I identify key patterns, what direction is the stock going, and then I make a trade and I jump in when there's a lot of action. After about the first 2 hours of the trading day, there's not a lot of volume, there's not a lot of people watching the screens anymore, and I tend to just, get out and just go about my day. I don't have to stare at the screen a very long time. I get in 30 minutes to an hour with our team here, our Learn to Earn community, and that's it. Lock in profits, walk away, and go enjoy the rest of the day. Now remember, you're here to learn how to trade. If you're new to investing, you need to trade to learn first, and then you can trade to earn. That's why I created a whole community, Learn to Earn team, to help you guys with just that. We also have the Investing for Beginners community private group on Facebook. We're one of the largest investing groups that's still active in 2024. So definitely check that out as well. And you can get some other long-term investing ideas if that's what you want to focus on. I talk about dividend capturing, monthly paying stocks to put income into your pocket right away. But if you want some faster gains and bigger profits than just making 8 to 10% a year, and you may want to consider making, 8 to 10% a month or even a week, like my goal, 10% a week, then definitely consider joining that second link. It's free, it's a Discord server, and that is where our community mostly is involved with our day trading. NASCAR All Out says, I was in MBIO last week on Monday after a 8:30 a.m. PR drop, bought at 15 cents within 45 seconds of the PR drop, 6 hours, 46 minutes later, it hit 97 cents for a 710% run from the previous day's close. That's fantastic. That is amazing. I bet you locked in quite a bit of profit. NASCAR All Out says, my problem is I didn't get the big meat of the move. Best sell was 39 cents. Hey, you doubled, right? You still had 100% gain from 15 cents to 39 cents. It was a little bit more than 100%. And that's what happens sometimes. But guess what? You locked in profits, you made some money, and you identified confirmation, the pattern, and an opportunity cost that benefited you. You saw value in it and you made money, which is just so cool to me. That means that you are well along your trading journey and you're doing good things with your account. Now, I leave profits on the table all the time. I made $250 in an hour, and if I would have waited 3 or 4 more hours, I could have made another additional $700. I could have made almost $1,000 in a single day, but I only made $250 that day. And it's gonna happen. You're gonna have those. I believe that it hurts more knowing I could have made more money than it actually hurts when I actually lose money. Isn't that a weird feeling? Can you agree with me on that, NASCAR? That you're like, oh, I lost $50 a day, $100 a day. Okay, I lost it. But you're like, okay, I locked in $100 and missed another $300 or $400. That I still struggle with as a trader. So, opportunities are all around us. It's just what we focus on, and there's way too many stocks out there to only trade one. But that is my main focus. I try to just focus on 1 to 2 stocks a day. And, obviously we have 20 stocks in our oversold watch list that can potentially go up. And we have over 44 stocks that we watch daily, weekly, and monthly on a consistent basis. I believe that most investors or new traders will spend a little bit too much time with all these different stocks and all these different strategies, but you as a person need to identify what works for you and focus on maybe 2 2 companies or 3 companies and just track them, watch them, see what they do. How are they moving? How do they react to the market? When the market's down, do they go up? Do they go down with the market? You want to kind of track those and kind of go from there. So really great, guys. If you guys have any questions, now would be the time to ask. It looks like we have quite a few people in the live stream, and I'm looking forward to trading, guys. It's going to be a great week this week. It's not a short week. Last week we had Juneteenth, so Wednesday the markets were closed, which means we only had 4 trading days last week. I was able to meet my 10% goal. It was like 10.2% profit overall for my account for the week. And so we're going right along with exactly where we need to be for our personal success. And I wish that for all of you out there, that you guys find success in whatever you do, whatever you find value in. Make sure you understand it, and go from there. Invest in it, lock in profits early if you have to, and also consider, if you're new, simulation trading. I did simulation trading for like 6 months before I even invested a single dollar. It's free. You could pretend you have $1,000. You could pretend you have $10,000, whatever your comfort level is, and you can trade fake money and then get used to the trading style that you may have, get used to the market without actually losing any money or having any monetary risk. So that is always a great thing to do when first starting out. But guys, other than that, I appreciate your time. I'm going to be ending this live stream here, and I hope you guys all have a good rest of your Sunday night. I'm going to go hang out with the family, and we are going to see you all right here whenever the market opens in your area. For me, it's 7:30 a.m., so I will see you all here. Bring your pencils and pens, notepads, and whatever questions you may have for me. I will be more than happy to answer them for you tomorrow in another live stream. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.